What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 20 of Buckets of Duckets. I am your host, Chase Myers, out here in Seattle. Over there in Louisiana is my homie, Josh Watts.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen out there in Ducket Land? This is episode 20. That is twice a deuce right there. Is that? No, deuce is two.
Right.
That's deuce a dace, right? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. Damn it! I don't know Spanish. We're doing 20, y'all.
Write it out, dude. Write it out. No, look, focus, okay? Don't be embarrassed. We're going to figure this out.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, diez. So that's dos a diez. Boom! Episode dos a diez. You gringo bitches.
That's the title of this episode. Either one. Dos
a deuce, you gringo bitches.
Or gringo bitches. Either one. But that's definitely what it is. Guys, make sure you hit subscribe on YouTube if that's how you're watching. If you're listening on a podcast, go ahead, rate, review, tell your friends. Josh, I got a couple ways I can go with this. You're getting them either way, but whichever one you want first. I got weird work story, kind of funny work story, or I got like just some other stuff. I got some travel.
Weird. Start weird, dude. Let's get fucking weird.
All right.
You take your shirt off, dude. Get weird.
Show them titties. So now that Josh's titties are out, let me tell this story.
On the internet.
Just out there forever. Just forever out there. Okay, so I do one thing now. Let's go to work. That's what I do. Just hardworking man. Used to be my whole life. I was
just
hilarious.
Like one of you.
Every week, I just try to prove to you guys I'm one of you. Okay, I used to be hilarious traveling comedian. That's what I used to do. But now I go to work. That's what I do. So I'm at work. There's this girl I work with. She does my job in a different part of the warehouse. So every now and then we'll talk and have inventory conversations. Just good shit. Just real
fun. Just
riveting. Just can't stop talking about it. You know, it's like, so how many jackets do you have? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. No, the other day I was counting and we were actually short 2. And I looked around and it turns out they were in an old location. Isn't that crazy? And so we do that. Just great times, right? She's coming back from lunch. She's got to kind of walk by my desk to get to where she works. And I see she looks a little shaken. I was like, and you know, things happen at my work. People throw bricks through windshields and stuff. So I'm always, right. Anytime somebody's not.
Did she see a chupacabra?
So she walked up and she said, "You're not gonna believe what I just saw."
The goddamn Jersey Devil.
Goddamn Rougarou jumped right out the garbage.
It was a fucking Rougarou, y'all.
Took me out while I was eating a sandwich. Nobody saw it. Not one other person saw it. So I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, check out what I just did. Look at this. And she holds out her hand, and in her hand is looks like a tiny, like a little rock or something. And I go, what the fuck am I looking at? And she goes, it's my tooth.
Nope.
And I said, what? And she said, my tooth has been bothering me. So I grabbed some pliers and pulled it out at lunch. And I guess now she's just keeping it to put under her pillow. Like, I don't know, why are you doing that? And so they just yanked it out. She's yanked it out.
That's the hottest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life, dude.
Not scared of anything. Just one of these back. What you need one of these back ones for? It's hurting today. Get out of here. Yanked it out and showed me. She kept a trophy. She didn't just get rid of it.
If you yank your tooth out with a pair of pliers, you're going to fucking show some people.
Dude, didn't spit it out, leave it. No, walked around. I must have been the first person she saw. My desk is pretty close to the door. I don't think she saw another person. So she immediately was like, just anybody make eye contact. Here's my tooth. Here's my tooth. Normally, I'd have to do stand-up comedy to get a story like that. So I do appreciate.
Was it her whole tooth, or was it like a?
It was like a little tooth. It was the whole tooth. She showed me. She pulled she didn't do like a Ed Helms hangover thing. Like it wasn't one of these front ones. It was a little, back here. I mean, but those are important too. Those are still, you want to keep those.
God gave them to us for a reason, y'all. I don't know why I keep saying y'all tonight, man.
What's wrong with y'all?
I gotta stop, fam.
Why? I'll never stop saying y'all.
You right, y'all. Shit.
For real. I'm being serious. I'm not cutting y'all out of my life. Yeah. Dude, come move up here to Seattle. Just come do some shows with me for a week. Just start saying y'all on stage. Bro, I paid off my car saying y'all. Okay.
When I first joined the military and moved to North Carolina, I
Yeah.
was stationed with somebody from New Jersey, and it was the first time in my life I'd ever heard somebody say "use."
Ooh, yeah. I've never lived somewhere where people say that.
It hits the ear wrong. I fucking hate it. I hated it. I don't like it. It's wrong. It doesn't sound right. The girl that said it was stupid. I didn't like her. It was a whole wrong. I need to be reintroduced to the phrase "use" because the first introduction was just shit. I'm not having it in my life for anything right now.
Didn't make a good first impression.
It made a terrible first impression.
Have you ever heard yuns? Apparently that's a version of it too that I think like some Midwest people use maybe.
I think I've heard it, but I think I've only heard it by people saying, "Hey, have you ever heard yuns?"
Yeah, same. I haven't walked into that one into the wild, but every now and then, I think I've actually heard a comedian do it like on stage, like talk about it.
See,
yuns
yuns is like Rougarou. Like, if you're not, dude, tell somebody not from Louisiana about the Rougarou. They're gonna laugh in your fucking face. Wait, the whole devil that haunts your state is called the Rougarou? What the fuck? Dude, it's terrifying. It's goddamn chupacabra.
Y'all, it's the Rougarou, okay?
It's the Rougarou, y'all. You know how many times we say that as kids? Oh, shit, it's the Rougarou, y'all.
That's how my mom would get me to brush my teeth. She'd be like, the Rougarou's going to get you. If you don't brush your teeth, I go run in the bathroom.
The first time I heard Rougarou, I was like old enough an adult that I didn't believe it, and I went and looked it up to find out that it was real. Like somebody said something about the Rougarou's gonna get you. I was like, what is that? And they started explaining. I was like, that's not. There's no way that's a real thing. That's impossible.
And it's just like a swamp demon thing, right? Isn't that what it is?
It's a swamp. It's like a swamp chupacabra, and he comes out. If you talk bad about Drew Brees, he waits in the ditch in front of your house, and whenever you go out to check your mail or to drain your crawfish that you've been boiling, the motherfucker jumps out the ditch and just grabs your soul and pulls it down into a crawfish hole.
Oh, I mean, that sounds like me. That's some shit I do. I don't look. I'll fight you over some Drew Brees. All right. Speaking of, dude, so football's back, which is weird. It's so weird. They didn't. So with basketball, I was like prepped. I was completely prepped because the season was suspended. I was just waiting on it to come back. I knew they were doing the bubble thing where they're all going to Orlando. Football, they didn't do any preseason. Like training camps were shortened. So like it was just like last Sunday. It's like season started. We're in this. And
guess what?
And dude, I thought. I really wasn't feeling football, and I kind of thought, like, man, everything going on in the world right now, like, I don't really, like, I'm not feeling football. And I turned the Saints game on, and before the kickoff, totally done. Just completely in, just totally absorbed, yelling at Tom Brady. Oh, my God, dude. It did me so fucking well.
He looked like he was going to cry.
Oh, I want to see him cry.
So many times he looked like
I
he was
want to see him cry. How dare you think at 43 years old, after 20 years with an excellent organization and 6 Super Bowls, why are you in my division? Why do you think that you need to come over here and what?
Why did he go to Tampa Bay?
Resurrect your career? Like, what are you going to do? Play till you're 44 now? Dude, fucking walk away. You're gonna do nothing but hurt yourself. Like, it's not gonna be good. Like, there's so limited upside to doing this at the end of your career. This is like when
all you gotta do is hurt your legacy.
Patrick Ewing played for the Sonics. Like, that was like one of the weirdest, like, jersey, like, it's one of those situations where I use Patrick Ewing because that's Josh's boy.
I don't ever want to talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nobody wants to see it. Hakeem Olajuwon ended with Toronto and shit. Like, yeah, dude, Jordan with the Wizards. Willie Mays with the Mets, like all that. That's what he looks like in a Tampa Bay
Bret
jersey.
Hart with WCW.
Excellent pull. I know you're joking. Great pull.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. So he went there because he's got some kind of weird thing with his coach from New England, Belichick. he's been his coach his whole career. There's a lot of reports that always come out that Belichick's not very like friendly with his players. Like he treats his players like, just he'll cut you. And like he very like business minded, like whatever. Apparently, like he never treated Brady with any kind of like preferential treatment and stuff like that.
Oh,
with
really?
like would like rip him in meetings and stuff, just like everything. He very rarely like praised him in the media. Like it like dude to win a Super Bowl and Belichick would still be talking about like the misread he had in the second quarter where he overthrew like he was like they had that relationship. Yeah. And so I think after fucking 6 Super Bowls and Brady being 20 years, there was like that kind of like Brady wanted to go prove he could win with somebody else. Belichick has been, it seems like he's been trying to he's drafted a backup for Brady like every year of his last couple years.
Just a
like,
hint, motherfucker.
Yeah, and so there's a little bit of that. I guess Brady wants to prove he could win without Belichick, which is dumb. You're 43. If you did this at 35, like that would make sense. You still had some years that you could prove something, but like no. Up until this turned into a sports podcast. Up until Brady, there had only been 7 starts by a quarterback that was 43 years or older. And now Brady's about to try to play a whole season that way. Only 7 times in the history of the NFL has somebody tried to play at this old-ass age.
Brady.
And so, yeah. And then also, like, dude, you going to come into Drew Brees' division? Like, we already got an old guy. He's fucking 41. Now he's the spry young gun out there compared to you. Like, what the fuck? Like, Brady already overshadowed all of Drew's career. Drew never won an MVP. He's not going to now. Drew's just got the 1 Super Bowl compared to
just one Super Bowl.
I know, right? Like, and that's because it used to be like if you won 2 Super Bowls as a quarterback, like, oh my God, like you're an all-time great. Whatever, John Elway wins 2, Peyton Manning wins 2.
Doug
like
Flutie.
Flutie got 1 with somebody. I feel like he.
Did he really? Dan
like
Marino
as a
did,
like as a backup, not as a no. Dan never got 1.
It's a goddamn shame.
Closest he ever came was like his second season. He got to the Super Bowl that year, and everybody was like, "Man, watch out! Dan Marino's gonna go to 10 of these things," and then he never got back. You better win it when you get there, because who knows what the fuck's gonna happen. But yeah, so 2 seconds into the game, I'm up standing. I'm putting on my Mike Thomas jersey. I'm running around. I'm telling Travis to shut the fuck up. I'm listening to the game. Like, I was so into it. It's embarrassing how much this collection of strangers affects my entire week, dude. The whole week. Like my whole day was like I was uplifted that day because we won. We're 1-0, first in the division. I know it's just 1 week, but we first place. Tom Brady's old sad ass is walking off the field. Oh, dude, it was just everything. And then and then I was like, oh, I looked out the window and literally the world is on fire out of my window. And I was like,
right.
Man, it was nice to escape for a few hours, wasn't it? Boy, that was cool.
Can't have 1 fucking minute, huh? No joke. Last night, I had a pretty good. Michelle was working all day. I'd had a pretty good day. I'd watched wrestling. The kids like this. I'd showed them some wrestling stuff, and they were into it. I was like, today's maybe 2020 ain't so terrible, right? And I walk outside on my back porch.
It took till September, but way to come around, 2020. Okay,
maybe my kids being happy about this wrestling we watched. I'll turn around 200,000 deaths from a global pandemic. But I was like, you know what? This ain't so bad. And then I sat out on the porch, on the back porch, and I was smoking. And we live like our we face the woods. I've told you about the idiot that jumps over the fence and yells at me about smelling dope.
Yep.
And my dogs run outside. They're all walking around. And then all of a sudden I see them both jump and run back like they definitely saw something. I turn my head and, dude, there was a copperhead snake, like less than a foot away from my foot in a pair of Crocs. And I don't know if you know a lot about the science of snakes, but they can bite through Crocs.
What?
Yeah, dude. Crocs for a couple of years was like, we're snake proof.
That's what I thought. That's why I bought all these Crocs.
Nope.
Was to protect my toes.
Nah, dude. They'll tell you, they're like, see these little holes trick the snake where they think. And they'll stick their fang in there, and then their fang gets stuck, and then while it's down there, you can grab that snake by its fucking head and just... But what actually happens is you get a fucking fang in your foot.
So for those of you,
lawsuits, Jeff Goldblum sued Crocs over this whole thing. It's a Jeff Goldblum versus Crocs lawsuit, like Roe versus Wade, where they can no longer advertise being snake proof.
it was a pivotal moment.
It changed my life.
In American history. It set the precedent for where we go from there. Also, for those,
it's the main thing I want to teach my children when they grow up. Crocs, not snake proof.
for those of you guys that are listening to the podcast now, watching on YouTube, Josh just pulled off his Croc from his foot and showed it to all of us because he's fucking ready. He stays strapped with the Crocs.
This fucking snake is like, I don't know, a foot from my foot.
Dead. That snake is dead. Any snake is a dead snake.
All right. So I don't want to just, if it's if it's not poisonous, I don't want to kill it. I would move it out of the way. But this was definitely a copperhead. And last night was just for whatever reason, Henry, my son, was distracted. So he didn't follow me outside. Usually he follows me outside and plays with the dogs, or like if I go outside, he's right there with me. And the snake was by his chair. So if he had followed my 2-year-old son, if he had followed me outside, he would have stepped on that snake for sure. And it's a poisonous snake. And it was, I don't know, 3 feet long, 4 feet long. It was big. And I thought that, and I ran inside. I stay strapped with a machete right by the door because I've run into this incident before. And people come soliciting at my door asking about Girl Scout cookies and shit. And I'm like, how about this machete? How about that?
Straight up. You ever thought about a machete? Huh? When you knocked on my door, did you think of everything that could happen? I bet you didn't. Now think about that.
Machete. I bet you didn't think a big meat castle with a mohawk and a machete was going to be standing in your face, did you? Ta-da!
Now think about that before you go knock on another door. All right?
Leave them Thin Mints. But so I thought, like, oh fuck, Henry would have stepped directly on this poisonous snake and then it definitely would have bit him. And then I got mad at the snake for what it could have done if my son had come outside.
I understand that.
So I grabbed the machete and when I hit the concrete. Dude, it was like a perfect Viking chop. I chopped its head clean off. And it hit the dude, like fucking and I hit the concrete so hard it fucking sparked. And I talked shit to that dead snake's body like I was Stone Cold Steve Austin on the ground. That's what you get, you stupid piece of trash.
Doing push-ups next to it.
Mad. Dude, I was so fucking mad. Just doing push-ups telling you how it ain't worth shit. Maybe you should have hit better, you motherfucker. So I pick it up, the corpse up, and I go to throw it over my fence to get rid of it.
At your neighbor?
As a warning. Yeah, at the neighbor. I was throwing it in my neighbor's yard. I have a bad habit of the back of our fence is there's just woods. So if I throw something over that fence, it's gone forever. Like it's just a void. I don't count it as being earth. It's gone forever. It's the same as burning.
Over that fence.
It's forever. And so I took this dead snake and I went to throw it over the fence. And our newest dog, Giacomo, he was
renamed.
Like
renamed
from Kurt Russell. Yeah. He was feral for a while, so like he chases dragonflies and eats them and stuff like that. And I wasn't even thinking about that. And I'm swinging around this delicious dead snake, and I throw it in the air, and this dog comes flying like a goddamn art masterpiece. It's flying in the air, catches dead snake body in his mouth.
It's like Beast on Sandlot, just catching that ball.
Yep, it was beautiful. And he just took off around the corner with it. And I was like, oh shit. But then when he caught I don't know if he thought it was, so he caught it and ran and then was like, oh fuck, there's a snake in my mouth. And then like freaked out about it. Because, they still move a little bit. Anything after you cut its head off will move for a little while. So just
you're my expert on that. Whenever
just trust me.
Yeah.
And so the snake was still moving. And he was freaked out, but I ran over to grab it and try to toss it over the fence while he was distracted. No shit. I grabbed it from in front of him and threw it in the air, and he ran and jumped in the air to catch it again. Daisy, my other dog, comes from this side. He catches it and runs off to the other side of the yard with it. And by that point, I was like, you know what? You want to eat a dead poisonous snake? Fucking party, I guess. Go for it.
It's all up to you. Yeah, Giacomo sounds like your broke friend or whatever. It's like,
Hold on!
Whoa! You just gonna throw that away?
Hey, you
That's
gonna eat
good.
that?
That's some good snake meat on there, man. Come on.
He was circling me when I cut it. Hey, you gonna eat
Hey,
that or what? What
you gonna
do with
finish that? What you gonna do? I mean, why are you gonna throw it away?
What you gonna do with that?
What you?
Either the flies can eat it or I can eat it. Which one you want?
I mean, once you throw it over the fence, it's gone forever. Remember? So, what we doing here?
And snakes, like after I cut its head off, I went to go move its head. Like I had to get rid of its head too because snakes, it was still just opening and closing its mouth, so it could still bite. And I had to go get it, and I grabbed it and I pulled it up close, and I said, "You motherfucker!" And then I held its body up over the fence. I went, "Ah!" Like a fucking battle cry. Oh, dude, that's gonna hurt on the sound, isn't it? I did a fucking battle cry, and I ate its head. I gained its powers and memories, and ever since then, I've been unstoppable.
Dude, living with them snake memories, that's tough.
I'm gonna tell you what though, it was fucking crazy to be, cause I know the snake's dead because I cut its head off, but it's still a little creepy to be holding it in your hand and feel it moving. So I'm still like, so you're not really like, and then to throw it in the air and just see my beautiful little puppy that I think is a sweetheart dive through the air to eat this headless dead snake's body. He looks like Falcor from the Neverending Story.
Yeah.
And when he was jumping through the air, that's what it looked like. I was like, oh, look, it's Falcor going to eat a headless snake.
Look at you. I told like a 10-minute bit about snakes for like 3 or 4 years. And I mean, it was different versions of it over that time. But it's funny. It was always like, whenever I told the story, I'd make it sound like, I ran into this guy at a grocery store. He had a snake. He was standing right in front of me. Snake snapped at me. Like, I'd go through all these beats and stuff. But really, the like true like germ of that joke is actually just I was in a Sam's Club and I saw a guy with a snake. And that was it. We never were anywhere near each other.
But still, like,
oh, no, I know.
Why?
No, it was still worthy to. I'm not saying don't do a bit about that. Like, that's still a thing. But I'm saying the story that I've told for years on stage.
Was that it tried to kill you?
Yeah, it was literally just.
Your throat.
And like, oh, is that story true? Well, I did see it. Sure. So 100% true. It's all true from there. No, it is a weird move. It is definitely a look at me move. Everybody, look how wild I am. Aren't I interesting to hang out with? My life just has snakes. I can't even go to the grocery store without protection.
Somebody on my Facebook from my shitty hometown posted a video, a TikTok about how they loved. It's like they used to love football, and that was how they spent their fall. And then she slowly and like real dramatically opens up her trash can, and she takes her Saints mug and drops it in the trash. And then she takes her Saints jersey slowly off over her head. And as she's doing this, that I'd proudly stand up next to him and defend her still today.
The most dramatic song of all time.
She drops her Saints jersey in the trash can, and she closes it, and she puts on a hat with the American flag. And then underneath her jersey was a Trump 2020 shirt. And then as she backs up, she did like an effect so it looks like fireworks are going off. And she held up a sign that said, stand for the kneel for Jesus, or stand for titties, or whatever it says. Stand for
it probably
Jesus.
said that. It probably says stand for titties. That's a Trump thing, right? That's a
stand for titties. Trump 2020.
You know what's crazy though is right after she got done with that video, she sat her ass down and watched the game. I guarantee you.
Right.
I guarantee you, she watched that game. Also, like,
Nike
why?
Still got your $100.
Also, why are you so upset with people expressing themselves? I don't understand. Like, dude, if you don't want sports to be political, why are they even playing the national anthem to begin with? Okay, if it's not supposed to be political, like,
well, it's only shut up and don't be political whenever it's not what we want to hear.
Yeah,
that's what it is,
dude. It's been years.
Nobody ever told Tim Tebow to shut up and play football.
Right.
They should have told him to shut the fuck up just in general.
Like, it has been years, And if at this point, like, if you're not just a little curious, like, man, I wonder why all these millionaires keep ruining their career by doing this thing. I wonder why they keep feeling so passionate about this. I wonder if there's something going on in our country that people are trying to tell us we should pay attention to. No, for 4 years, you just been going, fuck you, the flag. It's the flag. Like,
fuck your feelings, the flag.
Dude. If you want to do this whole like the troops thing, and I know you're gonna have way more of a of something to say about that if you wanted to, you actually have straight up fought for our country, but like
with my bare fucking hands.
Josh fought for this country with his bare goddamn hands for people to be able to protest that they don't like what's going on in the country. Yeah. Protesting that you would like the country to be better is American as fuck. Like.
American as fuck.
I can't say it any better than that.
That's the most poetic way you could say it. Yeah, man. The whole point of I could go off forever about this, and it won't be funny. It'll just be angry.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I'm coming home, bro.
Yeah, fuck yeah. He's coming home to Louisiana, and he's never coming back. You liberal hippie fucks in Seattle. You can have your coffee and your beanies. He's coming down here for crawfish and Saints hats.
That's right. That's right, y'all.
That's right, y'all. Eat shit, Seattle.
I had to choose. I was like, okay, do I want to live where a wildfire is how I die during a pandemic, or do I want to drown in a hurricane during a pandemic? Which... not everybody has the option like I do to make that decision.
You could get real lucky and have the hurricane cause a fire, and then you drowned in a fiery hurricane.
That I like. That's
that shit I do like.
That's that shit I do like right there. That is the way to go out, yo. You want it all, dude. If I'm gonna go out during the apocalypse, I want to catch everything. I want
give it all, yeah, dude. Just fucking give it to
catch
me.
COVID, hit by a tornado, die in a fire. I like it.
Yep. While I'm fighting.
With my bare hands. Go. Dude,
did you see it? Oh.
My family has been bugging the shit out of me. I'm so excited to see them, but god damn. They, like, so I was supposed to do a show in Tennessee last month. That's what I would have been doing in a different
comedy
timeline.
Show.
The stand-up comedy show where an artist stands up on stage in front of a group of people and tells humorous stories about his life and observations and makes people laugh, and they leave and have a good time
and forget about the worries.
And they don't have to worry about catching the fucking plague. They don't have to worry about that. There's no need for that to ever cross their mind. These were things that used to happen. Happened 7-8 months ago, actually. It wasn't that long ago, it seems. And so I was supposed to...
it seems it was that long ago.
It does. Bro. I think we said it a couple weeks ago, but like, you could tell me it's been 6 months or 8 years. I'd be like, that feels right. So I was supposed to be performing at the Comedy Catch in Tennessee last month, and some of my family was going to come, and that's it's not too far. It's like a 7-8 hour
We're
drive
in Tennessee,
from Chattanooga, and so yeah.
Tennessee is fucking beautiful. That whole state.
It's a gorgeous place.
Beautiful.
It really is. And so my family was going to come stay out there, use it as like a vacation and watch shows and stuff. And that was how they were going to see me. Because I normally only come down for Christmas.
And they were going to pay for tickets, right? They were going to pay to get in.
Oh, I was going to make them. I was going to make them buy a shirt too. And so obviously that got canceled. I don't know if you heard something happened. And
what?
It's this weird thing. Fucking China lied to us and tried to poison us.
Fucking China.
They did it, and so it's nothing that we could have done. We couldn't have prevented it in any way. It's totally that this other country did this to us, and we're helpless. We're helpless, and we can't help ourselves. So because of that, my shows are canceled. My whole life got canceled, actually.
Your whole career got canceled thanks to cancel culture. Chase Myers can't do comedy anymore.
Look what you did. How many lives do you have to ruin?
Look what you did.
How many more careers must go?
Look what you did.
Look what all of you did to me. So that got canceled, and I would have thought like I mean, like I said, it's sweet that they want to see me. I want to see them too, but I would have thought that they thought, oh man, so the majority of Chase's income just got taken away from him. He probably won't be able to come here for a while. But no, what happened was the second after I told them, they were like, so when are you coming? When are you gonna come? When are you gonna come? Aren't you gonna? What? Why aren't you buying a plane ticket during the pandemic right now? Why don't you want to, what? Huh? And so I kept trying to explain to him, like, hey, things are a little different in my life now. You know, like everything about it is completely different. It's all fucked. And so eventually this is what happened. I caught him on a drunk night, which is not that hard, actually.
Dude, your family fucking parties. Your family
they go
parties.
Hard.
It's impressive.
I'm getting hammered this weekend. And so my sister calls me. They're at my brother's house. My brother is like 20 years old, might be 21.
This is the brother that, if you listen to our old podcast, I thought was dead in an episode when he got hurt. His four-wheeler.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Dude, I kind of forgot about that. Yeah.
I thought he was
thank
dead.
you for caring about my family more than I do.
You're welcome.
I totally.
Yeah, he's still alive from that. I remember. I remember he fell in a four-wheeler.
Yeah, he fell in a
fighting
four-wheeler, was like
injustices.
stranded in the woods for hours or whatever, like just
Bled
knocked out. That's the type of shit that can
lost an arm.
happen. That's the type of shit that can happen in like where we came from. Like he just drove like a four-wheeler into our backyard and was just gone for hours because he hit a root or something and fell off the four-wheeler and like it knocked him out. Like he was knocked out in the woods for fucking hours. Big dummy. Get
He's
the
lucky
fuck
a goddamn Rougarou didn't find him.
right. That's how you get eat by Rougarou, bro. What is our
Could
fucking
you imagine
families?
Rougarou just walk up and see some dude
Telling
asleep
you?
on the ground? Be like, well, I guess I've been good. This is fucking Thanksgiving. What is this? Thank you.
A present for me. Look at this.
That's what Rougarou sound like. Nom, nom,
I
nom, nom.
love young rednecks. Let's go. And so he's living the complete opposite life of me, like as far as trajectory. So he's 20, 21, something like that. And so me, I always wanted to be a star. I was always dreaming big. I was gonna be something special. I didn't know what it was gonna be. For the longest time, you couldn't
But it
have
was gonna
told
be
me
special.
it was gonna be special, and people was gonna know Chase Myers. And so you couldn't have told me for the longest time that I wasn't gonna be a professional baseball player. Like literally up until the fucking very end. Like I enroll in college basically just so I could try to walk on at the school. I go walk on, have a horrible tryout, and like that was the first time at like
Better learn to tell
18.
some jokes, funny man.
Yeah, that was the first time at like 18 where it was like, oh, maybe I'm not going to get a Gatorade commercial. What am I going to do? I know that I didn't start every game in high school, but
I played,
so I'm a pro, right? I got to be a pro. Don't you just keep going?
That's how it works.
Like,
I played in high school, so now I play at college, and then I'm pro. That's how it goes. I know.
come on, guys. And so that was how I was. I was dreaming like that, and then I started doing stand-up comedy. I didn't have any. I've never looked into like trying to buy a house because I'm not planning on being anywhere for 30 years. Like stuff like that. And I've always wanted to travel. I knew I was going to move at some point for comedy. And so I've kind of just kept my life a little more open. I've been single for a long time. I moved out here to chase the dream. I'm doing a whole different thing. My brother is doing the Denham Springs plan. He's
already married.
He's probably about to marry this girl that he's been with since high school. He just bought a house with her. Bought a house. He's like 20. He bought a fucking house. Like $100,000, like cheap ass house. Something. He's pumped about it too.
You could pay $150,000 for a small little house in the backwoods neighborhood in Denham Springs, Louisiana, then come home from work early one day and find your wife fucking a mechanic that she works with. That could happen to you if you're anything like somebody I know.
That could happen. I've heard of that happening to somebody.
He had a mullet. That's all.
He had a mullet?
He had a mullet.
The fucking nerve.
How do you
trade in mohawk for mullet? What the fuck is wrong with that girl?
I was soft at the time, I guess. I don't know. The big
Impossible.
mechanic.
I can't even picture that.
With the tooth that he was missing, he could slick his tongue in there easier. I don't know. I don't know. I hope them and their stupid babies are happy wherever they are. Whatever double wide they're rotting away in, I hope they're fucking happy. And I hope she knows what she missed out on.
She's another person that I send this to every week. We got a list
We
of
just
of our enemies that we send it to, and she's on the list actually. So yeah, she knows what she's missing.
But that's what I did. I married a high school sweetheart at 19, and then left for the military with her. Don't do it, bro.
Dude. Yeah. He doesn't have military dreams, so I guess he doesn't have that going on. But so he's doing that. So they're a couple weeks ago breaking in the new house. What is going on, dude? They're breaking in the new house. So my sister's over there, and my parents are there and stuff. My mom and my stepdad. And my sister FaceTimes me drunk as shit. Look at Mom and Darren. Look at it, like showing, and it's like, yeah, I've seen their drunk asses dance before. Like this is not. And she's like, no, look, they're dancing. I'm like, yeah. Every time alcohol has touched the lips of a Didier, Semino, or Myers, they started fucking dancing. That's what happens. And so they start
the most
talking.
Louisiana set of names I've ever heard, too.
Right? That's my family. It's that's what I'm born into. And then my stepmother, her family, they're Landrys. So so my mom and dad, that's Semino and Myers. Semino, that's crazy Cajun.
Yeah, that's deep.
Yeah, and then my stepdad, he's Didier, and then Landry on the other side. That's just solid Louisiana.
My dad is from Livingston, and anytime I know where people know my dad from, because anybody that knows him from Livingston has asked me, ain't you Billy Wayne's son? Because my dad's name is Billy Wayne Watts, and they always call, you Billy Wayne's kid? Look at you, Billy Wayne. That's how I know.
My stepdad does this thing, which is, so I'll circle this back around with a story of why I'm saying this. But my stepdad does this thing where he, like when he meets somebody and they say like, they're like, my last name's Thibodeau or whatever. He'll do that thing where he's like, where's your family from? Are you from the Thibodeaus in the Metairie area? Are you from the Thibodeaus? Like he'll just start listing off these different cities that these families are from. And I'm always looking at him like, you never leave Denham Springs. What the fuck? How do you know? How do you know?
Just guessing? What are you?
Yeah. Like, the Babineaus in Shreveport? What? What are you talking about? So, there's no way. Tom Segura, he's got a Cajun last name, Segura. He had on a special a couple years ago where he did a whole, put a wall around Louisiana, with nothing, the whole thing. And but the reason why he did that was because he did our buddy Jason Leonard's show in Lafayette. And he's got
the best place to do comedy, unless you're Tom Segura.
Right. And after the show, some good old boy, Segura, so what part of, what? It starts asking him where his family's from. And Segura just fucking ripped into him on that special. And got a lot of Louisiana mad at him.
Oh, dude, that was my Facebook for a while. It was just people like, well, then you don't have to come to Louisiana then.
I was just a little upset because I'm like, Louisiana's dope, though. Like, you don't want to lose Louisiana. Like, we got good food. We got good music. Like, people are dope. Like,
I don't listen to Tom Segura, so.
I don't get it. Yeah, it just seemed like the wrong.
I don't mean that as like a.
Say Mississippi. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck Mississippi, dude.
Say Arkansas.
What good came out of Arkansas? Name one good thing. Eureka Springs, that's a fun place to go, but like.
So my sister FaceTimes me, look at your drunk family, ha ha ha, and I'm like, yeah, they immediately start in on me. When you coming? So I just put it on them. I'm like, look, if y'all drunk asses want me to come, why don't you buy me a plane ticket? Why don't you get your 4 drunk asses together, everybody pitch in $50-$75, and I'll be there. And they actually did it. So,
so now you got to be a man of your word.
Now I got to go spend time with my family, which I'm excited about.
They called your fucking bluff.
I'm excited about it. I'm going to go check out my brother's new house. I'm going to get real drunk. They're going to boil some crawfish, which is nice, so I get to eat food that's thrown out of a trash can again. It's been a long time since I got to do that. I never realized how weird of a thing that was until my buddy Casey McLean, who I talked about a couple of episodes ago, he's a comic out here in Tacoma. I shared a clip where I was talking shit about him on the show because we let people know when we talk shit about them. Okay, we're not
Yeah,
hiding.
we're gonna tell you. We're gonna tell you.
and so
I hope your whole family subscribes.
all right. I had said something about his cooking being bad because I went and did his podcast once before and he cooked for me and so he was like I want to cook for you. I'm always jealous that you guys eat food out of a trash that's just thrown on a table out of a trash can. And I had never even thought. I can't believe I had never thought about how weird that was.
I know, yeah.
And then he messaged me, and he was like, "I have a great idea for a sketch. I would actually love to do this. I'm putting it on record now, so it puts some pressure on me. But he wants to do a sketch where he just like throws regular food out of a trash can on a table for like just a bunch of cheeseburgers on a table for us to eat.
And Louisiana people just go ape shit.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Gas stations, dude. Hook it up. Gas station fries it up.
I try to explain that. People always ask me about like the food here, and they're like, "Where's it good to eat?" I was like, "Pick anywhere place."
Usually, yeah, just about anywhere.
That little gas station has an amazing po' boy. I guarantee you, it's great. Yeah. The comedian that that helped me end up eventually moving to Seattle is this comic from Canada or whatever. But he does this random show in Baton Rouge, and like once a year or whatever, and he's in love with the city. Like he comes specifically for all the food, and he's like he just thinks it's crazy that you can stop in anywhere and the food's good. Like
that's how we roll down here. That's how we roll down here, y'all. I wanted to play baseball. Like I went through a phase. I always liked basketball and football, but around like, I don't know, 11 or 12, a new kid moved onto our street, and he played baseball, and he was like a cool, tough kid with an earring, so I wanted to be his friend, so I wanted to play baseball too. And me trying to play baseball led to more fights than anything I've ever been involved in my life because I was terrible at it. Like I could hit okay, I could catch okay, but I can't put it together to do it. That just nothing. And if you could pitch at all decently, like a good softball pitch, I'm out. I won't hit it. I can't.
Dude,
and so then I get made fun of, and then I'd have to fight because you can't fucking come on.
Yeah, Josh's motto is "See something, fight something."
Yeah. Dude.
What's that?
Well,
all right, we'll fucking fight. I'll fucking fight you.
Dude, let's do it. Stop texting me, Morgan.
Is he texting us right now? I swear to God.
Yeah, he just sent a picture.
I played shortstop and I pitched, and it's funny. There's this feeling in baseball if you're a pitcher where I think the most helpless that you'll feel is like right after somebody like rocks your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you are so like on an island because it's all on you. You threw the pitch.
Stand on a mound of dirt like an asshole.
You threw the pitch. But what's crazy is so dude smokes it, right? So you immediately catch whiplash looking back at it. And when you look back, it's chaos. Dust is flying up everywhere. People are running the whole out. Like everybody's moving, and it's all because of you. Like it is literally
because you fucked up.
Because you fucking did it. Everybody's running now. It's like yo, it's the most like just look down. Just look down. There's no worse feeling than getting your shit rocked, having to walk to the dugout, and nobody wants to look at you or give you a high five or anything. They're just let him sit in it. They just let you sit in it, think about what you did.
When I was in high school, I was in advanced honors PE. It just means I took PE as a senior.
Yeah, I was about to say, what the fuck does that mean?
I took PE as a senior because I knew I wasn't going to college. I thought I had the top scholarship. And then I found out I didn't have a foreign language or something, so I lost the scholarship. So I was like, I'll just take another PE class. And then thinking I would be – and then I thought I'd be cool. But then you go to school, and it was like the days that they would pick baseball as the sport that you had to play. You're just like, fuck. Because I know I'm going to look like an asshole in front of everybody all day. And all I've been doing is talking shit for 6 months of school about how I'm better than everybody at everything. And here comes baseball. And I'm going to cry if the ball hits me for sure. If they hit my shoulder, I'm going to cry. I'll cry if I miss the bat. I'll throw my arm out, and then I'll get real upset, and then I'll have to fight somebody, and people are gonna laugh at me, and then I have to fight everybody that laughs.
I gotta fight all them.
Then I gotta fight the teacher for picking baseball, and then the principal for allowing this shit to happen under his watch. The bus driver for bringing me to school that day and letting this happen on his watch.
Man,
everybody getting farted, bro.
That's a lot like pitching. A lot of things can happen from one little moment. It's like a butterfly effect, dude.
I was so embarrassed.
You created a tsunami with that. This is the first time that I've flown since the world ended, and boy, am I nervous because I don't trust anybody else to have their shit together. I just don't.
Are you gonna take a picture without your mask on and be all badass?
I'm gonna try to get the plane to land. I'm gonna take my mask off and tell everybody how they're violating my freedoms. And they're, sir, put your mask on. No, it's America, sir. Put your America. I'm just gonna do that over and over again until they land the plane, and I'm gonna walk out all like fucking Randy from South Park. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was
America. Oh man, so South Park got taken off of Hulu a while back.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max now.
Didn't know that until today. I turned on HBO Max and found it, and it was just such a happy. It was like a reunion.
You know what else is on there is, and I've been looking for it for fucking years. Is the 6 Days to Air, that South Park documentary where they.
Oh shit! Is it?
Dude, yeah, it was the first thing I watched on HBO Max whenever it came through because it's so interesting because it's for those of you that hadn't seen it, it's a week with South Park. They write their episode in 1 week, like
That's insane.
The episode that comes out on fucking Friday or whatever day it airs, they start that shit on Saturday. Like that's like and so it shows you the whole process and how they write, and it's Trey and Matt and just maybe 2 or 3 other people. Bill Hader is actually in it. He was a writer at the time on South Park, which is weird. He was on SNL and writing on South Park. What a weird, like, that's great. Dude, you're killing it for those years. And so
just those years though, he hadn't done shit since then.
Yeah, not since then. He had some show called Barry. I guess nobody liked it.
Remember who he is?
Yeah. And so, but no, it's cool because they it's just cool to watch the process of that stuff because it'll literally be like just them talking it out. Like they'll literally talk out the episode, write on a whiteboard. Their ideas, and then after they get everything together, kind of like then I think it's Trey, I forget which one of them will then sit down and actually write it out, but the process is just like a full day of sitting in a room and just shooting the shit and getting ideas.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'll watch a documentary on just about anything about how they get to the conclusions or how they make stuff happen. I'm for any of them.
Dude, I'm a huge documentary fan. I actually, I'll promote something right quick. I do another podcast.
Just about to tell you one.
I do another podcast called Docu Commentary with Travis Nelson, my roommate, 6'9".
6'9".
Hilarious comedian. It's a goofy idea. It's on Travis Nelson's YouTube page. Go check it out. Get this man. This man is trying to get to 275 subscribers. He is so close. That's the goal. So go hook him up. He's at like 270. He's at 272. Don't you dare subscribe to his before you subscribe to ours, okay? That is given, okay? Don't you fucking
dare. Find out that's what happened, dude.
Yeah. Whew. But so it's a YouTube show on his network. Me and him do it, and we do commentary over a documentary while we watch it. So you watch it with us, and we go, if you typed it, people seem to really like it. I couldn't believe people like it. It seems like such a wild idea of I'm gonna turn on YouTube and watch a show with these two dudes, but people do it. And
I listen to y'all's podcast, and I also Red Letter Media does a commentary, and that was the first one that I listened to, and I thought it was stupid and then I listened to all of them like an idiot. I listened to all y'all's podcasts like some asshole.
Yeah, that's what happened.
It's good. Y'all are hilarious, though.
People get so mad. Hold on, there's one more thing. My bad. People get so mad just because they some people are looking for whatever documentary that we're watching. Like, they're looking to actually watch it on YouTube. And so, dude, people will see it and be like, what the fuck is that? Like, people get so mad at us. I've never really put out anything where people get mad at me. Like, nobody gets mad at us for this show. Like, that people like this show. Nobody ever gets mad at my stand-up. It's pretty tame. Like, I'm not offensive or anything. So it's so weird to me to have people being like, a little up your own ass, huh? Just gonna sit here and talk like we all give a fuck. I didn't come here to hear two loser comedians talk over a show. I'm like, dude.
Dude, what did you come here for?
Yeah, exactly. And so me and Travis have gotten into this habit now of like just the second we like start, we're like, this is not the documentary, you dumb shit. Like we've gone in, like we've started hard now. That's the way we go.
I found a documentary about Ren and Stimpy, and I'm super excited about watching it. And
Oh, dude, I like that.
Dude, wait, no.
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
excited, and it's not so much about Ren and it is about Ren and Stimpy, but the creator of Ren and Stimpy was like a super creep, and it goes into
It's about like the backstory of Ren and Stimpy.
yes, but it's also how popular it was, and how like they were on such a tight schedule that sometimes they'd have to play the same episode weeks in a row because the creator, once he gave them episode and they played it, he took it back when he gave them the next episode. So they only got like when we were kids one time, I remember for like off my head it was 4 or 5 weeks in a row we saw the same Ren and Stimpy episode on Snick Saturday Night Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah,
on the documentary they talk about it. And it was 4 or 5 weeks of the same episode because it was the only one they had because he was falling behind on his deadlines. But like he would recruit female interns that were underage, and he was
no.
And I didn't know that, and I'm all like, I fucking love Ren and Stimpy, dude. This is great. And I'm tweeting about I love Ren and Stimpy. I can't wait to watch this. This dude is my hero. And then I'm like, uh-oh. Fuck.
Can't have heroes, man.
Oh, dude, it got creepy. It got real creepy there. Guy was and then it's bad. It's just real. It was an interesting documentary, but then the guy I'm trying to think of what makes it even weirder is the guy is in the documentary and being interviewed as part of the documentary, and he doesn't think anything he did is creepy.
Oh no! Oh, he's
He's coming from that.
So I'm assuming they asked him about it. They didn't skip over it, right?
Yeah. That's one of the reasons he lost the show. That's why he split with one of the studios. Just all kinds of shit. And oh, no, we were just friends. I mean, I guess maybe she thinks that something inappropriate happened. And like, well, you were 38 and she was 16. So anything that happened was inappropriate.
Also, yeah, if she thinks it's inappropriate, then it's inappropriate. You just need one of the two people to feel like this is inappropriate, and that makes it inappropriate. I know that's hard to keep up with.
He's coming from this place of like, I didn't do anything wrong. It's not even that weird. And they never call him on it. So then the documentary goes from like, it's fascinating to how he fucking ruined one of the most like meteoric rises of an animated show of all time. He just shit all over it. So you're like, wow, that's crazy. And then it's like, oh, and he was also a fucking creep that doesn't understand he was a creep. Then so you go from like, oh, I love Ren and Stimpy to, oh, that sucks to, what? And then he just defends it the whole time, and they never call him on it, so it gets really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like that.
And they're rebooting, like they're doing a new Ren and Stimpy, an adult version, and now
they try to do that. They try to do that every couple of years. They did that a few years back, and it was horrible.
They're bringing back Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, they do that too.
So you were too young for Beavis and Butthead, probably, right?
But I saw like replays and stuff. Like I did see it at a young age, but I didn't.
My entire personality for like 2 or 3 years was that I had braces and could do a Butthead impression. Because I had dark hair that spiked up like I do now, but the hair was because of Sting. But when the hair stuck up and I had the braces and I could do the Butthead impression, it was way better than that. That was like my whole personality for a couple of years. Like if you were a teenager at that time, that was the greatest thing ever. And I've gone back and watched it since then. And it's so fucking stupid and simple, but like as a kid, when they made fun of those music videos,
Oh yeah.
No,
man. So you remember whenever I was telling you about my uncle that I stole the Playboys from, like my cool uncle, that story a couple weeks ago. I watched it at his house. Yeah, I got to see it over there.
I couldn't watch it at our house either, unless my parents were like doing something else and weren't paying attention.
Yeah,
they wouldn't let me watch it because my mom, she didn't even know what the show's about, but she didn't like that his name was Butthead, and she thought that me always doing the laugh was annoying, so she wouldn't let me watch it.
It seems right. That seems like a mom move.
It seems like she stripped away my goddamn freedoms. This is America.
Dude, have you seen? We did a episode on it a couple weeks ago. Have you seen that documentary Tread?
It's in my Netflix queue, but I haven't actually watched it yet.
Dude, fucking, why you will fucking love it. It will speak to you. Like specifically, Josh, you will love it. It's I mean, you'll read this in the description, so I'm not really spoiling anything. It's what the documentary is about. This fucking dude feels like he lives in a little small town in Colorado. He feels like he got cheated out of some stuff. You know, he's like a business owner in there, and so what he does is he buys a bulldozer, and then he welds it into like this super like tank bulldozer, and then one day he just goes and starts bulldozing the city. Josh goes to okay, that's the concrete plant that I told you.
I didn't know what it was about. I heard the hype about Tread being great, so I just put it in my queue. I didn't know what it was about. Now that you said that, the second we turn this off,
dude,
I'm gonna go watch it.
We could end now.
And then
honestly.
I'm gonna trash this whole fucking city.
It's that, dude. Bro, like, there's like a concrete like business or whatever that he didn't want to be built where it was because he was like, the dust is gonna come onto my.
Cause fuck him.
Yeah, cause fuck him basically, and he fucking bulldozes that shit down. People can't get him to stop. He is like, it's like, he made a tank. He made a fucking death dozer. It just takes out this. It's crazy.
Sounds like I got a new hero.
Yeah, this happened in like the early 2000s. Yeah. Go watch that documentary. It's fucking amazing.
When I was going through, I think it was the police academy, one of my schools, I got trained on a 203, which is a grenade launcher. That's what I carried when I was in Afghanistan and stuff. It's like a M16 or an M4 with a grenade launcher on the bottom, and which is super badass. I felt like a cool fuck carrying that thing around until you start getting shot at, because as a grenadier, you take a, now this is in 2001. They might have come up with a better way, but you would go and grab a canister and open it up and take this fucking vest out and put a vest on that has pockets with grenades, like the guy from Blues Traveler with harmonicas, but it's my rippled chest and fucking grenades. While people are shooting at you and you're running to your foxhole, but before you do that, you got to put on a vest of grenades and run through. It's one of the only times in my entire military career that I'm running, bullets are going, and I'm wearing a vest of grenades, and I'm thinking, I probably should have paid attention in school, like at least a little bit.
Maybe something could have.
Maybe advanced honors PE wasn't the best choice for me.
Right? Something I could have done in my life could have kept me from having these bombs strapped around me while people are shooting at me. Yeah.
That was when I was like, you know what? I'm going to do comedy.
Comedy will always be there for you unless a fucking pandemic happens.
The training for the 203, we went to a range, and they're like, there's Jeeps and tanks and stuff out there, and you shoot paint rounds. Like, they give you a grenade. It does the same kickback, the same sound. But when it hits, it's just paint, so you can see where you actually hit it. But the training, we were getting ready to go to Afghanistan, so our instructors were like trying to like actually get us, like kind of prepped. And my instructor slipped in a live round,
dude,
during the paint, and I got to shoot a live, but I didn't know it was live.
I was about to say, you had no idea.
So I'm in a hole and I shoot it, and I stand up to look, and it hits this Jeep, and it explodes. And I fell back on my ass like a little bitch because I wasn't prepared.
Nobody's judging you for that.
My shirt off and just let the destruction blow over me. But I fell back over. But it was the coolest fucking thing that's ever happened. And I got to shoot a tank. We got to shoot tanks after that.
Oh shit!
Like a field where they have some empty tanks, and you get to shoot at them. And watching what the grenade did to a Jeep and then seeing what it didn't do to a tank, I remember thinking I should have joined the Army and drove a tank instead of running through a field being shot at with a vest of explosives on my chest. I could be in that tank that fucking nothing happened to just now. But nope. I was too smart. I was in the Air Force.
God, you're so smart, bro. Fuck. All right, man. I got a plane to catch, dude. I'm coming stare you in your face.
Hey, I do want to tell you guys before you go, listen to. I do some work for another podcast. I contribute to it's a New Orleans like NPR themed podcast, where I contribute commercials and other stuff. It's called WRYAT. Where you at? New Orleans Guerrilla Radio. It's anywhere you can get podcasts. It's a really funny podcast. It's NPR themed. My buddy Daryl Rollo does all the mixing and stuff on it. It's a fun show that I am absolutely goddamn hilarious on, and you should listen to it.
Boom. Guys, thank y'all so much. We'll see y'all next week.